Alright, it's that day of the week again where I yap and perhaps even self-loathe. And before I begin, I'm aware that ranting isn't really a good idea. I've heard that from Lewis of Newell of Knowledge, but he emphasized in that video that ranting to the wrong people or the wrong person is a bad idea. But in this case, this is an abstract audience, so I get a pass. Plus, the last time I tried keeping things to myself because of this one comment. It's not really, I know he meant nothing by it, I'm not quite sure, but there was this one comment from my classmates from senior high school when I started making these videos and started sharing them to them because I thought they'd be open to it. But he made a comment along the lines of, man can bottle up his feelings, so he decided to put it on the internet. I tried keeping it to myself and just, be manly about it. But the last time I tried to do that, or every time I try to do it, I'm like this close to stabbing myself, so that's not an option. At least it's not a favorable one. So let me rant real quick. I'm feeling insufficient again. Well, that's not quite new. I feel that every day, but I just had a huge win today. For context, I participated in a fun run, but it wasn't really quite fun in a sense that, although yes, it was just among us students who were taking physical education in the first year of college. There was a cash prize. There were seasoned runners and marathoners taking part. And then it was in an incline. As you can see, it's an incline route. So of course, people train for it, including me. I've only been jogging for 5 months and I didn't want to die. But of course, I had that competitive spirit and fire, so I knew I had it in me that I want this win. Like whatever win may mean, which leads me to the main point of this quote-unquote rant, is that I placed 13th. Okay, it's quite an unlucky number, but that's like the second to the last podium spot. Like they only take the top 14 people out of the 100 plus people who ran the route. I know it's a win. I am aware that 13 placed out of the hundreds who ran this route that was for 5 kilometers. But part of me still thinks that I could have at least gotten top 10, perhaps even top 5. I've been running in the rain. I've ran this route, this very road, the very spots that I step in. I've stepped on this very road like multiple times every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, just for me to get a top 13. And I can't really get that off my head. Like, I gave it my all, I know that. I put on my anime playlist. I even started praying at one point because I knew that would give me a boost. But it wasn't as anime-like as I thought it would be. I wouldn't say it was anticlimactic, because again, I acknowledge the win, but I could have done better. 5 km, I think my time was around 27 minutes, and then the first placer was around 22 minutes. It was a 5-minute difference, and it gets to you, wherein you've been preparing hard for this game day and you've been looking forward to it, and you get 13. I'm aware that it's a win, but there's this quote that I like using: self-awareness does not excuse incompetence. It's not as heavy as it was a while ago, because the 14th placer actually went through something more painful. He's someone I know. He's part of my section. He was supposed to be top 10, top 9, but he took a wrong turn. But he still got top 14. And that was like the last place that is considered to be podium. Well, not really podium, but the people who get to go up to stage and get the medal and the cash prize, but still, that sucks. So that made things lighter for me because I know this guy is probably way more frustrated than I am. But then again, yeah, 12 hours ago, I was running here. I could have gone faster in this part of the race. It's just that feeling of when things mattered most. I wasn't really able to deliver as well as I thought I would, and most especially can, because I knew I could have pushed better, I could have played better anime songs, I could have done this and that. I gave up so many leads. At one point, I'm pretty sure I was like top 6. But then, on the way down here, I'm actually gonna turn back now because it's getting quite late. Around here, I was speeding through. I surpassed like 4 or 5 people in this spot. And then I gave it up again once I've reached the slope. So it's just those little things that really get to me. This has been a problem for everything I do. Every win, yes, I acknowledge it. At least it's better now. At least I acknowledge it. I know I did well. I know I deserve it. But it's the whole, oh, you could have done better. Regardless of the placing or even the prize, just the fact that I knew I could have gotten a higher spot because of how much I've been training for this very day. But, man, so yeah, rant over. Nothing much to say here. I don't know if you guys experience this as well, or I'm just like arrogant and prideful, because that can be the impression some people might have when someone achieves something and they think it's still not enough. Because it does sound like that sometimes. Like, oh, Homer, you already got 13th place and you're whining. But when you know the work you've put in, when you know the tactics and strategies you drawn up, and you know the goal was top 10, but outro. Yeah, I was running here, man. I'm running here, running, and oh, shit, man.